I knew I was under.
Well, there we go. Hi everyone, it is I. It is Mondragon. Although this time, I think that it would be more accurate to say that I'm talking to you as Kiki Coded. Hello, Shu. Uh, it's been a while since people have heard my voice. Uh, so yeah, hello everyone. This is gonna be it's gonna be a stream about like what will be going on forward. Hi Shu, we love Shu. Oh fuck, that's pretty good. Fuck, if this friend ends up being insane, that might actually like make us forget what we were talking about, but we'll do our best. So it has been about a month since we've stopped streaming. Mostly due to the mental health break we wanted from the internet, which it has helped us like center a lot of ideas of like what we wanted to do and like how are we going, how things are going on for us, like in terms of mental health and other issues. And it kind of has helped us to like put in perspective like some of like the stuff we have been doing, things that have been going on with friends. And honestly, I was like on a fence of what I wanted to do with uh it is Mondragon, like going forward. Like I knew I wanted to do some stuff, but I didn't have like an honest idea of like what was the thing we wanted to do going forward, because like uh things happened, not hectic, but like there have been some big changes in life lately, and we're not sure like how things will proceed from here on out. Nothing big or well, it's big and kind of serious, but nothing that it's alarming. Like not bad news. Don't worry about that. There is no bad news here. That's which is great for us. We would suck. It would suck for us to be like, hey, we're back. Here's all the awful shit that happened while we were away. Like that would fucking suck a lot. Uh, so recently, like, uh, well, we're still unemployed and still looking for like mental health stuff, like, um, a psychologist who will help us deal with like the stuff that we're like currently dealing with untreated. Because we're aiming for an actual treatment. Like that's the thing. We're aiming for an actual treatment and get things working out for us. Like not just like a raw like raw dogging their fucking mental health and being like, you know what, it's not a big deal. Like we're we'll just we'll just live with it as it is. Like we actually want to like get to a better place mentally. Um, and we honestly have been getting like support about it from our family, but at the same time, there's like the idea that we have to be like, well, we cannot just stay unemployed because not only it's like the expenses that we have to cover, but like also like responsibilities in our life. And you know, like that's fair. Like it's not like we want to be like, you know what, we're gonna be like unemployed and mentally ill at home forever. Mostly because like uh being employed like actually help us like in a lot of ways mentally. So we're gonna look for a job that keeps us occupied from time to time. Like, well, just a Monday to Friday thing. Like most jobs in our city. Uh, we also are like we have been thinking about like going back to being online as we were before. But as we mentioned in an update in our personal account, uh, one of the issues why we were thinking about that is that, well, we left with the idea of like, hey, we're gonna have a job and we're gonna have like, we're gonna be going to a psychologist by the point we come back. And things have been hectic at home, and not only that, but we have been struggling with some stuff personally. Nothing serious, but just like uh, living and seeing things in a new perspective has made us like go, wow, like there's a lot of things we gotta work on, and we're we're like not like how do we say this? Like we're trying to be as kind as we can to ourselves, but also we're like, well, it got to this point because like that's what we choose to. That's what we decided that it was like, oh, we're gonna let it get to this point, and we could have done something before. Is that that's why we hit the hammer. It doesn't hard to hit these things early. Uh, was like trying to figure out like a way to like slowly improve personally and mentally, and well, we have come to a conclusion of like things we want to do going forward. A lot of it came from this weekend. Uh, we were at a both at a family gathering and also like out of town, getting to meet with a lot of friends from the family that we hadn't seen in ages. And we met with somebody who is somebody who kind of inspires us. Uh, they are an artist who has made it big. We don't want to say who it is because, like, they're just a friend of the family, and it feels like kind of rude to just be like, "Oh, we know this person." When it's like, well, they have their own life, and like they are a friend of the family, but like we're not that close. It would feel like us being like, "Oh, we're tangentially related to this famous person in a way." Uh, a kinda cloud chasey way, and we're not like cool with that idea. It makes us feel bad. Uh, and we were looking at their next big project that just happened, and all we could think of was, wow, this person doesn't stop moving. Like they are just doing like things, and they are getting results. Like they are not just like they are at a point where they are like something to be reckoned with. And we kept thinking about, wow, this person has done like all this amazing stuff, and they are like working on themselves and stuff, and they are doing great for themselves. We're happy. But as somebody who also wants to do creative work, uh, it makes us feel weird, right? Because it's like we didn't feel jealous, but more like, how do we say it? Like, not that we felt jealous, but more like when you see a work of art or like the work of somebody, and you realize how much you have left to do, it becomes overwhelming. We had a reckoning with that because we're like, we have all these projects that we talk about with friends and family, like just leaving them there, like, yeah, we're planning all of this stuff, and we're eventually gonna get there. We just have to put effort, and we gotta put effort, and we gotta work hard for it. We'll eventually get there. But as time goes by, we realize that, like, something that we have to come to terms with is the fact that it's not only that we have become too ambitious, like, to a degree where it's like unrealistic, like our expectations of our abilities are getting to be a little bit unrealistic, and we gotta tone it down. We gotta like accept that our talent, if it can be called that, like doesn't match with like doesn't match the actual stuff we can do. And especially in terms of B2B. Like all these plans we had, all these things that we had, all these ideas we had in mind, like these big projects and stuff, eventually we came to terms with the fact that, oh wait, oh, like we came to terms with the fact that it's not a bad thing to accept that, like, we are not up to the like stuff we can do, not only in terms of like the scale of what we can do, but also in terms of budget. Because B2B is expensive, and it's something that we have been saving up, but as like we recently like until recently were jobless, it's like a thing where it's like, well, what else can, like, we have to spend money on this, and we have to invest, and like in assets, games and stuff like the stream, invest a lot of time, and it's something that we're not sure if we have, especially as things have gotten different at home. One of the big changes that has recently happened is that, well, our sister gave somebody, like, people, I think we mentioned this before, but like one of her family, well, her sister got, well, was pregnant, but she had her baby about 2.5 months, more or less. We don't remember the exact date. No, yeah, it was 2.5 months. Maybe 2 months and 3 weeks ago. Yeah, that's more like it. Um, and like her sister is not doing badly, and she has the support of the family, but at the same time, like, because of some stuff that has happened, uh, we right now are like, well, we gotta also help her because she's her sister, and also, like, we want to make sure that she's doing okay. And it's gonna, like, we don't know how big of a financial, much of a dent it's gonna put in our finances, but we want to make sure that she isn't like struggling with stuff that might cause problems for her. Like, we want to make sure that she's like okay and stuff, that she doesn't have to be worried about, oh, like this and this and that. Like, in terms of like monetary stuff like that, we don't want her to be worried about like if she like how much support that she has, and like things are going to be okay for her. Like we want to help her with that, and that means that even when we get a job, like we don't know how much can we put into like VTubing. Not only that, especially because taking care of a baby is something that takes time. Uh, we not only that, there's like a certain amount of like baby can cause a hectic household, and the baby's gonna be a priority. Like that's always gonna be how it is, and that's fine. Like we are more worried about like the baby having a good life than anything about ourselves right now. Like that baby has become a priority of sorts to us, and we're trying our best to help our sister with the baby, but we're not sure like how that is gonna turn up in the future. Like we'll be there for our sister, but at the same time, like we don't know how much that is gonna change our lives, because like again, we're not like he's our nephew, but love you tissue. uh but it's like something that is gonna change things. And honestly, like there's that about like how we have been thinking about like our projects and stuff, and honestly we don't know how much time can we put into tubing and how much energy can, because if we're gonna be spent time between working working a job, working on ourselves, and helping our sister with the baby, and especially in this household where much as we like to say like we don't have that much privacy or like time to ourselves, like we can do things on our free time, but at the same time uh there's like not quite an expectation, but like our time is not our time. Like if somebody needs something to be done, and even if we're doing something, there's like the idea that we have to help with the thing, and it's something that we're not exactly angry about, but it's like there's a point where your time gets diluted so much that like you come to terms with the fact that your time is not yours anymore. And even if you put the boundary, like there's not there's not a point to like trying to fight about it. And besides, like if we were to do that with the baby, that would be like being like, oh, we can't help you because we wanna do stuff for ourselves and stuff. Like that is not something that we can realistically do right now with the baby. Like your sister needs help, or at least if not help, the support of all of us in the family. So it's like the acceptance that things are going to change for all of us in the family, not only for her. Another thing is that, as I mentioned before, like meeting with the artist that is a friend of the family made us realize that we have this very ambitious idea that we'll probably never be able to perform to point. Like this whole lore idea, like having beats about all this and this and that. Like, oh, here's the lore, and there is the secret lore, and there's these videos that explain that talk about things that are going on, and an ongoing narrative about like what's going on with Iris in terms of like what's going on in her life and stuff. Like we had written a lot of lore about her and the stuff that is going on in her life, but as time goes on, we realize that not only the project is getting too ambitious, uh, the budget for it is growing slowly to a point where it's like what we want to do, it's not something we can realistically do, and it's a bit like not like just emotionally destroying or anything like that, but it's like it is upsetting in the terms of like we would love to move with this project forward, but it has become too unrealistic of like what we would like to do with the project and the actual expectations of like, okay, this is something we can realistically do. Especially because like a lot of it requires a lot of effort and skills that we don't have, as well as that like that we don't have certain particular skills that would help us move the project forward. Like the most artistically inclined we are could be considered like that we're writers, so to speak. Uh, but it's something that it's like one of the like small steps in terms of like things we can do about this. And honestly, like we are like at a point where we're literally doing nothing with theories because it's like has gotten to a point where like it has become an issue of like us waiting for like uh us waiting to for a point where it's like getting to an issue where it's like how much can we realistically do, and we have been putting out like there have been some ideas we have been playing around with, but we haven't done anything with them. Like one thing we toyed around with was like the other irises from other worlds, and the first one we revealed was like the Hot God Witch iris. It is which it's somewhat of a like when we first requested like the art from Sister Mercy, like we were super happy with how it came out, and we still are. Like it is exactly what we want. Like she looks great, she looks amazing, and the art, I think it's possibly one of our favorite pieces from Sister Mercy, even though she has a lot of great art. You all should give her a follow, or even if possible, like go check her out on Tumblr. Actually, let me shout her out. What's the it's shout out? Is Sister Mercy. Yeah, like especially not only because like get a lot of VTuber plans kind of along the wayside as other goals came out. Yeah, like especially like as our mental health both worsened and holy shit, this is hard. Oh, we can do it because we don't have a sword. Uh fuck. Yeah, like especially when like I don't want to say like well, it is true in the terms that the market of B2B has become like super saturated, and there's also been like the falling off of like B2B as something. like VTubing as a community. That idea of like the VTuber community, something that it's a relic of the past at this point. Like VTubing is just like a way to present yourself. Kind of like how there were like the rent saunas and whatever the fuck. Like the Western VTuber versus the American VTuber versus the Japanese VTuber ideals of like, oh, there's this character that exists and that's like that's like what they do, and they exist as a, yeah. Streaming is unfairly one of the least fulfilling things I can be doing with my time recently. It is, especially right now where with how unfulfilling like a lot of jobs can be, and especially with like this weirdly hyper competitive space where like even if you and your friends are streaming, like there's like this sort of like weird fight for time slots and everything. It's hard to like be fully invested and be fully interested in it. Especially like with like the hyper consistency that streaming realistically needs sometimes. Like the fact that you have to like devote a lot of time to it. We hate those crabs. Those fucking crabs do a lot of damage. We hate them. Like the idea of like being not quite into this, like, fuck, what's the word for it? Like that if you slowly start missing days of streaming, like you don't do, like you stop doing things for a while. Uh, there is a very consistent, like there is like if you lose that consistency, uh your growth can be hurt. Like, or even if like you do one thing and then you try to pivot to something, like you have to have a sense of consistency of like what you're doing, even like if the consistency is that you're consistently inconsistent. And it is like a weird situation where you have to either be super variety focused or like have a broad enough umbrella of what you can do so that there's like not a side like the surprise doesn't affect like how your audience reacts to like things you do. Like, oh, now I'm gonna be hyper focused on this game for 1 billion years, and your audience to stick with you. And especially right now where like everything is fucked and everything is like exhausting, and like we're all trying to like just at this point like try to survive and not be like fucking monsters in this world. Like it is exhausting to be like this like emotionally invested in something that requires this much effort when 1 billion things are going on around the world at the same time. Fuck, we don't have bombs. Uh, I'll have to come back for this later. This sucks. Like, to us personally, the idea of streaming is kind of fulfilling. Like, we do like streaming, we enjoy streaming, we enjoy sharing like the games and opinions on the games and like all the cool little secrets and knowledge we have about them. But it is hard to like stay like interested in this when like maintain the focus on this when we generally cannot maintain the energy for this as much as we like to. What pushing this? That's fine. Like it is tough to be like being high energy when most of the time you're screaming into the void. And people will eventually find you, but meanwhile you have to scream into the void and hope for the best. And try to get out there, which for us is very hard. One of the big issues that we've noticed is that we're not comfortable like collabing with people. Like we like the idea of collabing and hanging out with friends on stream, but it also is pretty weird because like we know that we can be a very like weird person to hang out with, and like one thing is that we have this constant feeling that we have to behave on stream and not truly be ourselves. Like we try to be as much of ourselves as we can. We're not comfortable being 100% us. It is also like part of what led to like us needing to take that break because we're like as much as we love to like just hang out and be silly whatever with people on stream or just like doing stuff with other people, we cannot bring ourselves to do it anymore. Like we feel like our weirdness is not something that is welcome in places, and a lot of it is it's literally us just thinking stupid things that are not real and listening to something that is not really there, like the voices. Something we have to work. But it's hard to do like be around people when it's like we want to be there, but we also don't want to be perceived. Like even when streaming, it's weird because I want to be acknowledged. Like I want people to see like what I'm doing, what we're trying to do. Like for people to pay attention to the little things we do and stuff. Like, but at the same time, there's no more horrifying thought to us that like people seeing things in us, like people noticing stuff about us, like that people pay enough attention to us to actually like notice who we are. Like that's a very horrifying thought to us. The idea of like being actually acknowledged. It's generally terrifying to us. And it's been a struggle in terms of that. Also, like, as much as we like to like work on streaming, work on like doing the project, again, it's money that we're not sure if we will be able to spend on us, even though it's ours. Like, we're gonna have our purchases are gonna move around, especially because we might actually end up living in our house in the future because at one point we're not gonna be able to live here, and we feel like that moment is coming closer. Like even if our family says that we're welcome here and we'll always be welcome, uh we're welcome as parts of us are welcome, but not all of them. So when we are the most of us that we can be, best version of ourselves, if it comes into conflict with the person our family expects us to be or wants us to be, then we'll not have a place to live anymore. So we'd rather get ahead of the curve and like go somewhere else. Because we just rather like just be like actually live that, like not have to think about whenever or not we'll have somewhere to be in the future, and actually just like get ahead and have that stress, do not have that stress on us. So like what we have been thinking is that because we're not gonna be, we might not be streaming for a while because of like figuring out what's up with the baby and other family stuff, like we might be able to focus on like stream, like maybe streaming once a week best, and working on like video essays and ideas, or well, just silly videos, not video essays. That term is fucking dead nowadays. But like just fucking talking about whatever we want. Oh, it's a nice pause. That sucks. Um, so we might be working on like videos and uploading them to YouTube rather than focusing on streaming. And also like dropping for now like the whole all of the ideas we had for it, because we don't have the creativity or the artistic skill to actually make it a reality. Like we lack the skill to match our ambition, so we gotta put more realistic goals about that. And even like if we could work on it for years, like and eventually get there, like we don't think that there would be an audience for it at the point that we could build it up. So like the idea of what we want to do with her right now is that like get a redesign, mostly because the current version of Iris that exists and the redesign we bought a while back were meant to match another like it, like rather than being like who we are, more like who we'd like to become, we'd like to be. And it, and as like we're coming to terms with all of this stuff, it is slowly becoming a fact for us that like as much as we love Iris's current design, it doesn't fit like not only what we want to do, but like the vibes that we get. Like we want to go back a bit more to like how we originally wanted her to be, like kind of like Hex Maniki like vibes, like uh deeply weird woman of putting woman vibes, and we want to go back to that design as well as play around with her a bit more, like give her certain characteristics that are like a little bit more striking than like her tail, which is something we're gonna keep. Like that's gonna stay for as long as we work on her. For as long as we are her. if we eventually like discard everything about her, just abandon the project, then I don't know. Well, I'll give her away to someone because I think that even if like we had done nothing with her, like if people like her, like she can just keep existing somewhere else. That's something we feel about her. Another thing we have been thinking about is that we what something we want to do is that not only like get like some of those like ideas like work out, like we'll look for another design and also like discard the whole other irises for now. Although we might actually do something with the witch iris, but uh, there's also like a thing about like how we were perceiving ourselves before, like um, the whole like sex jokes and stuff we or like a lot of the bits we used like we originally were doing, like it's not that we hate them, but it's more like we want to like not do them as much because well they are like not for everyone, and we don't think that a lot of them can be like really weird, and sometimes like uh, uh we don't know when to draw, like when to step back and say okay, that's enough of the bit. Like the moment we currently are in terms of not only mental health but the maturity, uh we feel like we cannot keep like doing those because we're not exactly like as mature about them as we'd like to be, so we're gonna drop them for a while. Where can I go? Oh wait, we know where. So we might be doing like either a redesign where we incorporate we either like adopt the got witch ideas into actually a lot less horny design and do something with implement those ideas, implement some of the ideas of the redesign we bought a while ago, like more than a year ago. We think we bought that redesign, and then we did nothing with it because we wanted to like invest into like getting at least reactive PNGs or other like stuff for her. But we ended up not doing anything with it because we just felt like we didn't have a lot to show for her. This is actually what she looks like. Give us a sec. Uh, where is the... Let us see if we still have that file. Um, yeah, we do have it. Okay. So this like what the redesign was gonna be like. Like this what the redesign was gonna look like. As you can see, it actually keeps like the vibes of it is. Uh, there were some things we wanted to change. That's something we're gonna work with Jellymoon. Jellymoon is the one who made this like redesign on a stream about redrawing VTubers as their OCs. And we actually loved a lot of what she did with the character. So we bought it on instant. Like we bought it the same day, the same week we think. And then we were going to like get some other stuff, like some minor changes, like actually keeping the long hair, keeping like making the purple roots and silver hair idea like a little bit more like more clear. Also add like scale freckles to the sign, but like since we're not gonna do anything with it, like we don't know what's gonna be about it. Actually, let us show out Yellow Moon with you, we think. Yeah, there we go. They were like amazing about the like what they did with the design, and we liked it a lot. But again, like we were just working towards doing something big with the design, and then we never used it. But at this point, like what we want to do with it is very different. So what can we do with her? Well, it doesn't matter. Like she is never gonna be used anymore. Like just to like have people look at the design. Maybe we'll keep her around for a bit. Like maybe use her while we figure out what is going on, and until we get a new like improved design that fits like because we love like the original design which was made uh by the some by how is Samba be on Twitter like on Twitch fuck they are or Art Mama and they are as wait there we go. Oh wait, we have a cooldown of shoutouts. Okay, that's fine. We'll shout them out later. Uh, but yeah, it's like one of the bigger things, like the bigger issues right now with how we feel about these designs is that we don't have an idea of like an idea what we want. We don't know who will be the best artist to like make her as off-putting as she can. We actually want to go with Sister Mercy for like maybe that redesign. Uh but we don't know how long like if she actually takes those kind of commissions. Like we don't know if she's taking commissions right now. Uh but also it's like something that we don't know if that'd be like pressure for her. But we don't wanna like put that pressure on her. We would feel super uncomfortable like doing that. Like rather than put that pressure on her, we try like just Nah, we can have, we can just like not have a redesign if it came to that. Uh, we were looking for somebody who will help us with a new like redesign. Well, not help us, but more like somebody whose art will probably be like what's the word? Like more fitting for the off-putting vibes of us, like making like making it is like a better understanding of like the kind of person we are. Oh shit. Sorry. But right now, like we're not sure what, like how long that will take. Because again, we have to find the work, find a job, and then like be able to like focus on spending and stuff. And it's something that right now we don't know how much we'll be able to save up for like all of the changing priorities we're dealing with right now. But hopefully it gets to like a point where we can like see like invest into like what we wanna do with the character. If not, we'll just write whatever we had in mind as a story and then just post it online. Like giving up on it as a concept for a VTuber and just like a fun story to write. Because as much as we want to stream, we don't think that we can give it a lot or all, or maybe we're not the person. Ah shit! I wait. Oh wait, no, we. There we go. Like maybe we're like not as good at this that as we thought, so maybe that's another reason. Like also like our personal situation where it's like we we don't feel comfortable being ourselves. Like maybe that also has to do with it. Like because we don't want to be publicly like be perceived. That that obviously affects like how like how we are in like these spaces and stuff. Uh, where can we go with this? Okay, we can't beat the first dungeon because we need the bow and arrow. Mm, we need the power glove at least, and we don't know like where can we get it because like there is no place where so we can go to that mountain. Like we actually get we need the power glove. Oh wait, we know where we can. Uh, we don't know if that place is open, but we'll try. Like, hopefully it is open, otherwise it's gonna be... yeah, like, that's more or less, like, what right now it's gonna be the plan. Like that's the update of, like, how we're gonna move forward in a lot of this. And honestly, like, we wish it was, like, a little bit more of a, like us not rambling about, like, something that people might care about, because people care about it to a degree. Like, a lot of her friends, we'd like to believe that not the word worried, but like they care about it, and we're glad people care about it. Like, the idea that people care about us is means the world to me. So, like, just putting all these thoughts out there that we haven't, like, going over will help us, like, figure out, like, what do we want to do next. And for now, we do that. Wait, who is that guy? This is something we don't know. Okay, that's we don't remember that. It has been a while since we done, like, Triforce Peace Hunts. Which actually means that... oh, there we go, it's open. We could do this. Anyways, thank you all for, like, listening to our ramblings, and we hope that regardless of, like, how everything happens in the end, like, what if we can bring back the ideas that originally were going for, or if we just move forward with something new. We hope that all of you are, like, that you still keep supporting us in the ways that you have. Like, just giving us time of the day, it means the world. Like, we still maintain that time is one of the most valuable things in the world, and honestly, like, the fact that people are willing to give us the time of the day means the world to us. So thank you all for listening to us and paying attention to the little things we do. Generally means the world to us. And if not, we'll just, like, stream with a cute and girl avatar and just do whatever fucking. There's always something. Like, we might not be able to, like, become, like, a big streamer or whatever. Like, we might not ever be able to live all of this, but it's fine. Even if it's just having fun online, that's good enough for us. We'll keep working towards that, towards having fun with friends, and there we go. having fun with all the wonderful people in our lives. Like that's good enough for us. Okay, now we can go to that mount. We actually can go to 1 billion places right now. But we think that mountain might be the way to go right now because like so if we go to that mountain, right? Oh shit. That mountain can be full explorer right now because we have the hook shot. Just we wouldn't be able to enter like Purple Dead Mountain. So maybe we'll find good enough items. Like having the Pegasus boots would be great. Wait. Wait, chat. We'll be right back. We think her sister is calling for us. Okay, we'll be right back. Oh shit, I almost don't, I almost don't unmute myself. Fuck. Uh, there we go. I'm back, chat. Uh, Funny enough, okay, that's a turn first piece. Uh, we've we're feeling a little bit tired from like, we think it's like we're not sure. Like, we're feeling a bit tired. We lately have been feeling super tired. Even though we can properly sleep, it's something we're gonna talk with one of the things we're gonna address with our psychiatrist or therapist, whoever we find, and see if there's something we can do about it. Because it is something that is concerning to us, and we'd like to like be able to get better. Because not only is like hard, it's hard for us to focus and do like a lot of the stuff we want to do. But we also want to like see if we can get a medication right now for like some of our underlying problems. It will probably take some time to be medicated, but we trust that because we're going to a private one rather than one of the one of the ones from like Mexican government agencies, we might be able to like get not only a diagnosis but a help, but also the health or help faster. So that way we can work on improving ourselves and like actually getting stuff done. Or at least that's what we hope so. It all depends on how things work out. But we do have faith that we'll eventually get better. We're not gonna give up on like getting better because that's something that. Okay, so I have to go up to here. Okay, so there's something in that room, but we don't know what that is. Hopefully it's a boss we can beat, otherwise it's gonna be a little bit hard and tiresome. But we might end stream soon. Mostly because we're getting super tired right now. And we have been able to sleep. It's just that we don't know. We sometimes feel tired and find it hard to focus. Maybe it's because we still haven't recovered from like being a lot of places all the weekend. And also like doing a lot of stuff for our family, for the baby and stuff. So that might be another thing. Actually, yeah, let's send the stream here. We'll upload the bot and link it to Twitter, and hopefully people will see like what's up. Now we'll find a. We also intend to do a too long didn't read for people who might not want to see the bot fully, but hopefully that will if like see if people people care about it. So uh yeah, this fucker without a sword is a marvel. Yeah, I think we're gonna end stream here because I'm feeling tired, and also our sister told us that tomorrow we have something to do very early, so we're gonna end stream here to rest properly. So let's see how tomorrow goes. Anyway, uh, let's see who is live right now. Oh, wait, Shiny is live. Let's go. Okay, so we're gonna raid into Shiny. She's an amazing friend, and I love her dearly. So please, thank you all for coming. We'll be uploading the bot either tonight or tomorrow, and hopefully, I'll see you all soon. I'm still a bit. I'm getting a little bit tired. Sorry. It was a very short stream. I thought it would be a little bit longer, but I think that was more or less like somewhat well this idea of like what I wanted to say. So hopefully that works out. Anyways, thank you all for coming, and I'll see you hopefully soon. Love you all. Bye.